Hi, my name is Katrina, and I am from Lindale Studios. Here I have with me today Jessie Newton of Jessie Newton Photography. She is a wedding photographer based out of Mississippi, and she is one of my most recent brand color analysis clients. Now, if you don't know what the brand color analysis is, it is where I come up with a new set of brand colors for you based on your story, what sets you apart, and your target audience. By the end of the process, you will walk away with an 8 to 15 page PDF document, which just shows you my process, how I walked through how to come up with the colors, and like how you can move forward with them. So instead of me just always talking about how great I think the process is and the analysis, I wanted you to hear from someone who's actually walked through the process. So Jessie, I'm just going to ask you a few questions and you can just give your answers, and it's going to be very relaxed. And so yeah, we'll just start. When you first heard about the brand color analysis, I think we met on Instagram actually. You saw a post
Yes.
or a set of stories. What did you think about it?
I was really curious about the brand color analysis because I was at the time looking into rebranding. It had been, I think the first time that I actually like created my brand was in 2019. So
Okay.
it had been a while. So last summer I was kind of like, okay, like I feel like it's time to create a new brand because the brand that I had from 2019 did not feel like me anymore. And so when I came across that, I was like, okay, I don't know really much about creating a brand or like stuff like that, but I felt like the colors is just one of the core things that you have to have
Mhm. Mhm.
that makes you feel like you. Does that
Yeah.
sound right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that probably sounds weird.
No.
But you know, like your words are important, but also felt like the colors were probably just as important. And
Mhm.
so I was really curious when I came across that.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of the first things you see outside of, like a photo or your type or what you have to say, your words. So it is. It's one of the most important things. Um, what was the deciding factor when that you did like what made you say, okay, I need to have this brand color analysis done?
Yes, so that's an easy one because, like I said, in 2019, when I first worked with a design company to create my brand, and they were like, okay, what colors do you want? I was like, oh, well, my favorite color is green. So I guess green, I don't know. There was no
Yeah.
reason for me to choose that color
Mhm.
scheme other than I have always really liked green.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, coming at it from this perspective, like now that I've been through the program, um, I wish I would have done it forever ago because it's been so helpful to figure out. I don't know. I just felt like learning the colors is so important because, you know, certain colors make you feel a certain way, or they give off certain vibes, or they make your clients feel a certain way. And I feel like that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this. And I was like, okay, we're just going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the main goal. Um,
Yeah.
what was your favorite part about the whole process? We set up the call, we do the 60-minute call, and then you kind of hands off. I do the process of what I do back here, and then, there's the delivery. So out of the whole thing, like, what was your favorite part of it?
So my favorite part was this is a two part answer, if that's
Okay,
okay.
okay. Yep.
So my first part is that as a photographer, I get decision fatigue. I don't know if you've ever heard that before,
Oh, yes. Mhm.
but I cull through literally tens of thousands of photos. And so having to make tens of thousands of
Yeah,
decisions, yes or no, like, is this a
yeah,
keeper or is it not, is exhausting.
yeah, I'm sure.
And so taking on the task of like having to choose my colors, like what if I choose the wrong color or whatever.
Mhm.
And so that was mentally draining. I know, I don't know, maybe that seems like such a small
No.
task, but to me, I was like,
Yes.
please, I need you to do this for me.
Yes. Yes.
um,
Yes. I love
and
that.
so, and then
I
the
love that.
second part is that my favorite part about having someone do this for me, and I didn't even know this was part of the process until you like presented it,
Yeah.
but was our phone call, just
Oh, it's my favorite.
simply our phone call because as a photographer, like I'm a one man show. I mean, there are certain people like I'll hire out second photographers or I'll hire someone to cull for me. But for the most part, it's just me. Like that's it. And so to be able to just sit with somebody and just gush over my business about like
Mm,
all the things that make me happy and like what I'm passionate about and who I am and how I
yeah.
grew up and how I want to be perceived and all the things.
Mhm.
Conversation that I don't typically get to have because it's just
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
in business.
Absolutely.
So to have you just like sit there like taking notes about all these things,
I know, it was
just
fun.
I
Yeah.
don't know, it just made me feel seen. It made me feel heard. And so I don't know, that was my second favorite part.
I love that because I think most of the time when we're filling out these forms regarding business, we're sitting there typing and we write what we think we should say. And so that's one of my favorite parts of the process because I'm just listening to you talk and I'm watching your facial expressions and I'm hearing you repeat words and phrases over again, like whether it's a struggle you've had or something that you're super excited about, like I'm paying attention to all of that and I love that. Um, is there anything that you learned or realized about your business like during the process that you really hadn't thought about before? If that makes sense.
I guess going back to realizing that my brand colors can make potential clients, feel a certain way. I was just under the impression that, as long as I was kind and polite and I posted really beautiful work, that people would want to hire me. But a lot of the process of hiring a company, and it's even impacted me. Like I didn't even know it, but colors have made me feel a certain way.
Mm.
And so it was fun to take a deep dive with you into the meaning behind all of that and figure out like how I want to make my clients feel. And not that we're trying to like trick anybody into
No,
hiring
yeah,
me, like,
yeah,
ooh, feel good,
yeah,
hire me.
yeah,
It's not about that. It's
yeah,
about just being genuinely
mm,
me and
yes,
helping them connect to me on a
yes.
certain level. If that makes any sense.
Makes total sense. Oh man, I love that. I
Yay.
love that. And that's part of the process. Instead of just focusing on our target market or just the bottom line or just saying I have this product and I'll offer it, like you are a part of your business. Like people,
Right.
there's so many, in your case, there's a lot of wedding photographers that people could hire, but you
Yes.
want them to choose you, and that's why
Yeah.
you get to go into the colors, which I love.
Yes.
Um, so when you got your color palette and I sent it on the PDF and you opened it, what was your first thought?
I
We
was
had
immediately
Well,
what?
we did have one revision, I remember that. But your
Yes, we
initial,
did.
like it was a slight revision. Yeah.
Yes. So the slight revision, we had just added like a small accent color. It was
Yeah.
nothing that we needed to fix. It was beautiful to begin with. I just wanted to add a little thing to it. But
Yeah.
when I first got the analysis and I opened it up on my computer and started scrolling, I'll be honest, I got emotional. It was almost like I was learning about myself. And I was thinking about this morning before we hopped on here, is that sometimes when you're so close to something,
Mm,
it's like it's hard to see. And so then when you have somebody who has like a further out
mhm.
view of the picture as a whole, it's easier for that person to see, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I feel like because I am Jessie, like I'm Jessie Newton, which my brand is me.
Hmm.
Um, I'm so close that it's like kind of hard to see who I am.
Mm,
And so after our conversation on the phone and you were taking all your notes and doing all these, asking me all these questions that
yeah.
would provoke me down it would like prod me to like think certain thoughts and down these certain, I don't know, rabbit trails.
I
And
loved the rabbit trails. They were great. They were
yeah.
great.
And so it, kind of helped you like see the bigger picture of me. And so I don't know, just whenever I opened the PDF and I started scrolling, I was like, oh my gosh, like I said, I got emotional. It was very meaningful to me. And I was like, this was well worth every single penny that I spent on this. Which I would have paid double or triple for what you did for me. So raise your prices. It's worth it. It's worth it. And I even showed my analysis to a couple of friends. Um, not like business friends, like actual, just like we
Mhm.
hang out together, our families and stuff.
I love that.
And one of the girls was like, "Oh my gosh, this is you, like Jessie, this is you." And I was like, "Ah, that is so nice to like have that outsider's perspective."
Mm,
Who was not a part of our conversation. She had no
love
idea what we
that.
talked about,
I love
but
it.
she looked over it and she was like, "This is Jessie." And that just, I don't know, was confirmation to me. So I love it.
Oh, I love that. That is awesome. I love that your friend who was outside saw that and was like, "No, this
Hmm.
this is you." So the
Yeah.
analysis is not just brand colors. It's kind of like reading through the process. There's some paragraphs about each color and kind of how I came up with that. Did you have a favorite part, a section? I know there's like color reasoning, your story. Was there any part of the PDF that you just enjoyed looking at more, or was it you were just all about the color?
Yes, I think it was the colors that you provided to me were colors that like were familiar. And what I mean by that is those colors are in a lot of my photos. And
Mm,
so I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense because like
yeah.
this is what you post your favorite work, your best work.
Yeah.
And so when I pulled the color analysis up and I was like, I've seen these colors before. And then I get on my Instagram feed and I'm like, there it is. There it is. It like my feed is already filtered. Like it's already in all of my photos because I don't know, for some reason I'm drawn to those colors. And so I think that was probably my favorite part was like this really does feel like me. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. That just gives me goosebumps. Um,
Yay.
what did you decide to do with the brand color analysis, you personally, after you received it? Did you, because I know you're in the process of rebranding, and so who did you send it to? Did you send it to anybody?
So yes, so I sent it to my logo and web design company that I had. I think I started working with them in like June last summer,
Mhm.
and so which I think was shortly after you and I had maybe worked together
Mhm.
because
Yes.
I inquired with them like, hey, I'm in this program doing color analysis. Like as soon as we're finished, I'm going to pass this info along to you. These are the colors I want to use,
Yeah, yeah.
and so I sent it along to them. And then I'm also working with a like a logo company who it's like their niche to do crests,
Yes.
like very like intricate, detailed crests. And
Yeah.
so I had a consult with her a couple of months ago,
Mm,
and I sent her the color analysis as
love
well.
it.
First of all, so that she would have my colors and could include that, but also so that she could like easily learn about me. It's kind of like my little
Yes.
business report card. I just like to like share with
I love
people.
this. Yes, yes.
So yeah, like you said, it's so much more than just colors. It's like the meaning behind it, words that resonate with me, the way that I want to help people feel. So yeah, I could go on and on about all of that.
I'm here for it. I love it. I think our colors for our businesses are in so many places other than what people think. Like
Mhm.
every time we share a story on Instagram or we create a reel cover or we choose something on a website, like we are choosing a color. So why not choose your brand colors and have those solidified to make everything
Mhm.
tie together?
Yep.
So to anybody who's on the fence deciding whether or not they need this, like, is this worth it? Could I wait? Like, what do you have to say to them? They need your advice.
Immediately make the investment. I mean, it's like it's a must. You have to do it because I know that like rebranding can get expensive. You hire your web designer, you hire your copywriter, you hire a photographer to do your headshots. Like there's so many different expenses that come along with making a brand or rebranding.
Yeah.
But at the core of all of that, like I said earlier, your copy, like your words are very important. Like you've got to make
Yeah.
your message clear, but I feel like just as important, it's right up there are your colors.
Mhm.
Like we've said
Yeah.
1,000 times,
Yeah.
like your colors speak to your potential client. And so you want that brand awareness. And part of the awareness is the color scheme. People can see words here and there, whatever, but they're not going to recognize the words, the message as much as they will color. When I see
Yeah.
red, I'm like, all right, Target. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just like when I
Totally.
see red, it
100%.
makes me think
100%.
Target.
Yes.
And so, you
Yes.
know, like my friend that I showed her my analysis when she saw like the main, that like deep teal color,
Hmm. Hmm.
she was like, this color makes me think of you. Like I've seen this color in your work already. And so there was already brand awareness like immediately, and I hadn't even
That
posted
is
my
so
color scheme
cool.
yet.
Yes. I
My
love that.
friend had awareness of my brand when I showed her that. So definitely, you got to do it. That's all there is to it.
Well, there you go. There you go. She gave her advice.
There you go.
Um, well, yes, if anyone on here has any more questions, you can drop them below. Please like and share this. And yeah, thanks for listening. If you have any questions, again, feel free to shoot them below. And thank you so much, Jessie. And I really appreciate you and giving us your time.
Of course.
All right. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Katrina, and I'm dedicated to helping brands find their colors, educating about color and color theory, and creating hand-painted pieces that elevate photos and bring your brand messaging to life visually. Thanks for being here, and as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.